here. DJ Hamp, Stan Pee Wee in the building. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Shannon, Sharpe, what we doing, B? What you talking about, OG? How did your live mysteriously come on? Is it a joke? So I tried to duplicate it, right? So I got my phone. I unlock my phone, right? I use the Face ID, okay? That expedites it a little bit. We can be fair to that. When I go to IG, right? Got my IG up. I have to hit the plus sign first. Then it actually opens up on Reels, right? So it says Reels first. You have post, story, reel, live. I have to then click live. I can add a title, right? And I can hit the go live button. So there's 5 steps. Open the phone. 1, click on Instagram. 2, click the plus sign. 3, go from reel, because it always starts on reel, to live. 4, and then finally hit the actual live button. 5, and if you want to add a title, 6. Something ain't right. Something is not right. As I was watching him explain himself, a couple things stood out to me, which I hope it stood out to you guys as well, which are quite obvious. Did you notice his new promo? Did you notice his new promo? Because I did. You remember when he got out the truck with the camouflage green 1-piece or 2-piece suit, along with the orange man purse, whatever you call it. And then his stance was feminine for all intents and purposes. I don't think Shannon Sharpe is gay. Don't get me wrong. However, there was a lot of speculation regarding it. So the new promo, which I'll show you, the fact that he had those accusations against him just a few short months ago. What do? Did you go through 6 steps? Do you go through 6 steps to hit the live button? Put the phone up, right side up, while you have some woman in your house, which I don't think he's exclusive based on when he was explaining himself. So his phone up to any man who been outside is a red flag. Very rarely do we set our phone up, face up, so that messages can come through and people can see if they just glance over. Doesn't make a lot of sense. So you got 6 steps, face up phone, away from where you definitely can't see anyone, but you can hear everything. Come on, OG. Come on, Unc. Is it a joke? Make sure you guys hit the like button for me. Share the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's take a look at this, man. Salute the Unc. Salute the Ocho, of course. Let's talk about it, man.
Get 1 month of NFL Plus premium on us. Offer.
This is his first promo. Let's get to the second one.
Ends 9/19 on, and I'm a Rose sponsor. Do you want hotter, more spontaneous sex? Rose Sparks can help. Sparks offer dual action prescription treatment that's giving men stronger and harder erections.
Is it a coincidence? His new promo. Salute to Unc. Ro. Head to ro.co/nightcap.
Rose Sparks works faster than other treatments because they're dissolved under the tongue and go directly to the bloodstream. Why does that matter? Because now when the mood is right, he'll be ready. No more waiting for that pill to kick in. Plus, Rose Sparks stays active in your system for up to 36 hours. But when you get around, hey, woo, you get hard without waiting. With Rose Sparks, guys can get more confidence in bed, more satisfaction for their partners, and more control when it's sexy time. Ro connects guys with a medical provider 100% online. There's no awkward conversation with an in-person doctor. If approved, treatment ships directly to the door. To find out if prescription for Rose Sparks are right for you, connect with a provider at ro.co/nightcap. ro.co/nightcap. URL, that's ro.co/nightcap.
It's obvious. You line it up with all the things I mentioned, right? And then, of course, he has a pill, I guess similar to Viagra or Hims, that enhances your sexual urge. I would assume it helps your phallus. Let's see what he says.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us again for a very, very special episode of Nightcap. I am your favorite unk, or I used to be. Hopefully, I still am your favorite unk. That guy is your favorite number 85, the route runner extraordinaire, the Bingo Ring of Fame honoree, the Pro Bowler, the All Pro, the legendary from Liberty City. That's Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Guys, do us a favor. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. We need you more than anything because I don't know how much longer our YouTube page is going to be open. So please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button and do us a favor. Make sure you go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. Every subscriber counts, and we thank you. Thank you so very, very much for your support, for your loyalty that have helped us get this far. Again, thank you. Shea by Laportier, we have it in stock. And if we don't have it in...
All right. So salute to the joke, right? Who knows how much longer we're going to have it. YouTube is not checking for what he did on that Instagram stream, especially because he did nothing, right? Let's say we play into the facade that it was an accident. You couldn't see anything. It was sound. I think it lasted about 4 or 5 minutes, right? Which could potentially trigger an algorithm or one of the policies. But generally speaking, it wasn't egregious if you guys saw the video. They've been taking it down left and right, right and left. But if you can find it, it just sounds more so of the love making for all intents and purposes.
In a city or state near you, you can order it from our e-commerce site and we'll ship.
I will say, Lachey Laportier is awesome. If you're a cognac drinker, I definitely recommend it.
Ship it directly to your door.
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. So, there's a conversation that was had before this conversation is had live. Chad has a shtick that he plays into here. It also gives him an opportunity, which is another flag, or at least a chime, to kind of smooth things over. There was a lot of backlash, if you guys remember, just a few days ago when Chad was late to the show. And he was accused by Shannon of not taking everything seriously, by being late, not having car service, etc. And a lot of people were saying Shannon shouldn't have done that. He wasn't doing that with Skip. Well, I also never seen him be late to that show. But furthermore, he's the boss now. Could that conversation have been had off camera? Maybe, except for the fact that when the show starts late, everybody's affected. Meaning us, the viewers.
I'm filming it inside the NFL. I check my phone before I go to the C block, and I got 73 missed calls. So I'm nervous. I'm scared because anytime you have that amount of missed calls, most of the time it's a death in the family.
Mm-hmm.
So I open my messages, and obviously everyone in the chat is understanding the situation that happened earlier today due to unfortunate circumstances. And I have to catch a flight. So I don't know what's going on. I get on the plane, I rush to the airport, I land in Chicago. So I get to Chicago. So I'm just getting to my hotel just now. And obviously I was able to catch up on the events that occurred earlier today. And honestly, I mean, I'm in a tough spot. I'm baffled. I never thought I'd see the day where you, Unc, would pull something so out of character, let's be honest, a little unprofessional.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm thoroughly disappointed because I hold you to a much higher standard, the type of standard that you just.
So now notice, right? He has an opportunity now to get his lick back, which also then smooths over that controversy. Is it coincidence? Is it convenient? Or is it intentional? Because Shannon got a lot of heat for coming at Chad. So now Chad gets to play this shtick to try to, recover that. Okay, they good again. He got you with one. You got him with one. Right? Just thinking through it.
Just try to chastise me for just Saturday. So this is really sent me into a complete shock. as someone who always tries to keep everything that he does top tier, from top to bottom, especially when it comes to life, and all that you do in work and being a professional, it's disheartening to see the tables turn like this. I wasn't even sure if I was gonna show up tonight after night. Honestly, I wasn't even sure if I was gonna show up tonight. I was feeling a little too betrayed as a coworker. But the people want what's best for us as a show, as a duo, and clearly I had to show up and let you know. I understand. Things happen, mistakes happen, life happens. I was afforded a second chance at life, and as my partner, I'm going to give you the grace that I was given and give you a second chance as well.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm going to touch on what you just said in a few minutes, Ocho. There were an event that happened today. Obviously, I'm embarrassed. Someone that is extremely, extremely private, and to have one of your most intimate details, the audio heard for the entire world to hear. I'm embarrassed for a number of reasons. People count on Shannon, Shay Shay Media, Club Shay Shay Nightcap, ESPN. There are a lot of people that count on Shannon to be professional at all times, and I always try to be professional at all times. Even when I'm behind closed doors, I still try to remain a level of professional, although I'm in the privacy of my own home. And I'm very disappointed in myself, not for the act. I think there are millions and billions of people of consenting age that engage in activities, but to have your most intimate detail on the audio to be heard, I'm disappointed in myself. I let a lot of people down. My kids, I reached out to them. I called my sister.
Now, the disappointment in yourself should permeate throughout the conversation, right? You should continue to be disappointed, embarrassed, private. But watch this.
My friends reached out, but God, this was not staged. Came in, I threw my phone on the bed.
And now, mind you, men do not care about this. You know what all his friends did when they called him? Had a good laugh with him. They know he older. Was Shannon Sharpe 56? If it was a mistakenly he hit the live button with 6,500 people in his stream and he doing what he got to do with a consensual sex with a woman, his friends called him, gave him props, laughed with him, joked him, etc. Come on, man. So those phone calls was fun. Let's be honest.
Engaged in an activity. I did not know IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on. So I don't know how it works. And so.
Now, mind you, Shannon, salute to Unc, man. You know, top 5 tight ends to ever live. I got mad respect and admiration for his grind. But I showed you guys the steps. Right? You have to unlock your phone, whether it be a passcode or facial recognition. You have to then click on Instagram itself. When you get to Instagram, you have to hit the plus sign. Once you hit the plus sign, it gives you the 4 options. You have to click off of Reel and click into Live. Then the live comes up on said phone and you have to click the button to actually go live. Not to mention if you take that one more step that can be avoided and put in the title. So if you don't know technology, you damn sure knew it yesterday.
All of a sudden, my other phone is going off and people are calling me FaceTime that I've never talked to a day in my life on FaceTime. And it didn't, I'm like, why are y'all calling me FaceTime? And after a while, Jamie Fritz, who's been my longtime marketing guy, he finally got through to me and he said, Shannon, you on IG Live? I'm like, doing what? You know, I'm like, what am I on IG Live for? I ain't hitting no IG Live button. He says, they can hear. I'm like, so now.
Watch this. The phone that wasn't live was in proximity. But the phone that was live was conveniently away from the action, but in earshot. Come on, Unc. Is this a joke? Unc, you ain't think I was going to be listening, huh? Let's see.
Now, Ocho, you know, I say ask for patience. He said they can hear. Now I'm starting to get agitated again because you call me and say I'm on IG Live when I know I didn't click myself on IG Live. And you say they can hear me. I said, hear me doing what? He said, sounds like you were having sex. Man, my heart sank. It dropped. And obviously, I run my accounts, but Jordan being the good Samaritan, the good soldier that he is, Jordan the one that cut it off. Because hell, I didn't even know it was on. Jordan cut it off. Jordan put the message up. And then after I called my agent, the agency, I called ESPN. After I just got to just tell them the truth. I said, I just got to tell them the truth. My phone wasn't hacked. It wasn't a prank. It was me being a healthy, active male. I mean, y'all thought I was bull jiving. Hey.
Now, this part here. Remember the ad. The promotion. Remember, we are embarrassed. We are ashamed. Right? That's what Unc said. Salute to Unc. He a OG. GOAT tight end, etc., etc. Grinding and all that. Salute to the black man. But your heart sank. You were embarrassed. You were ashamed. You had to call your kids. You had to call all your jobs. A lot of people count on you. But now people could hear. How does he characterize what people were hearing?
I'll get it in. Real talk. Hey, Ocho. See, I know, man. I'll be lying. Okay, lying.
Come on, man.
We sparked hard, Ocho. I hit one early this morning.
Come on,
man. In all sincerity, I'm extremely embarrassed. That a very, very private, intimate situation.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the light can't be mixed in with the sincerity. But think about it. Allegations of having that effeminate stance, having the merce, the man purse, having the one-piece suit. That bothers men overwhelmingly. Every time we have these conversations, that's one of the first insults that are thrown out during conversation. You soft, you gay. The women say it. They saying 40% of black men are gay all of a sudden. We don't appreciate that whatsoever. So even though Shannon and I 100% believe that he's secure with himself, we don't like those type of allegations, especially if you're getting 1 million views every time you do a stream, every time you put out a video. What Marlon Wayans get 5 million, I think, so far. Cat got, 70 million? But when people are putting those things out about you, especially this gentleman, being from the South, being older, those things irritate the hell out of us. And it doesn't speak to insecurity. It speaks to insult and disrespect. And so even though he responded, doesn't want to respond, etc., we think about that type of stuff 100%. But let's see.
The audio can be heard. And I'm extremely disappointed in myself. 5 minutes before I came on, phone rings. It's Cat Williams. What's up? The first thing
what I tell you guys, watch this. Them conversations was fun. Watch this.
Guess what he said, Ocho?
Wow.
You ain't gay today?
Hey, listen.
I said, man.
Listen.
Come on, Cat.
And this is the funny thing about it. Now, you remember all the people talking trash and saying whatever they had to say, trying to assassinate your character, that you might be this, you might be this, or whatever it may be. So hell, I mean, I'm sitting back, I'm thinking, well, hey, it was a goddamn Michelle. It wasn't a Michael. Huh? You hear me? It wasn't a Michelle. It was, it wasn't a Michael. It was a Michelle. Yeah. So, we human. We human. Yeah. Now, something that we all partake in. We all partake in horizontal and vertical activity. That's everybody. That's everybody in the chat.
Now, watch. Ocho doubles down on my sentiment about how men feel about those type of accusations.
Now, I can attest to that. Now, what we don't do, unless you are or if you're in that field of porn and OnlyFans, and at times, this is why I always tell you, Unc, you need to evolve with the times. Now, you're not very good at technology.
I don't do anything.
You're not very good at technology. So you, at times, you've done it to me. Like you hit your phone and your butt dial me by accident and don't even know you're doing it.
Yeah,
so I can understand where the mistake came in at. So again, I was upset, but then I also remembered that you're not very good. You're not very technically savvy with phones and computer equipment, all that stuff. So I gave you a little grace, but I was still a little upset. I was a little hurt. But the fact that it was a Michelle and not a Michael, that's my dog.
It's never been.
The fact that it was a Michelle and not a Michael, that's my dog. Come on, Unc, is this a joke? If so, I applaud the effort. But notice, Ocho heard those accusations. He saw the merce. He saw how Unc was standing, etc., etc. And what does he make sure to clarify and expound on? It was a Michelle and not a Michael. Yes, that's my dog.
It's never been a Michael. I think the thing is, Ocho, for me.
Uh-oh. Did y'all hear it? Watch the triple down.
Is that
that's my dog.
It's never been a Michael. I think the thing is,
it's never been a Michael. Is pushed to make sure that is thoroughly understood. Because that picture from when he got out the car was from several months ago. Several, right? When he was marketing to Total Wine for the Lachey La Portier, which I definitely recommend you guys get. That is the best cognac I've had. It's better than 1738. I love the Branson VSOP, but the Lachey La Portier is amazing. But notice, they're making sure to clarify that point. This was a woman. So contrary to the accusation and popular belief that Shannon had some sugar in his tank, both of these black men who are not homosexual are making sure to highlight the fact that he indeed does not.
So for me, is that my thing is my and I immediately, after it happened and I'm driving, and I'm thinking to myself, I just remember everything my grandfather, my grandmother said. They say, boy, you messed it up, now clean it up.
Yes, sir.
And so what I really hate is when people have to answer questions for Shannon Sharpe. Ever since I've been able to talk, I've been able to answer questions. My family, my friends, you are gonna have to. You got to ask, man, what was doing? Why did he do that? What happened, Ocho? Where was he?
Right.
My sister, my mom, my brother, my kids, people that shouldn't have to answer for Shannon. Shannon's grown. Shannon's 56.
Yeah,
still get it in, y'all see. But anyway, I'm just saying.
All cool, but a nigga who's ashamed, who's embarrassed, who doesn't want people to have to answer questions for him, make sure to say, I still get it in. And listen, it is what it is, right? This is how the game go. Conveniently, we got a new product that's a pill that men can take to enhance their sex game. There were accusations of homosexuality. Now we here. Ocho proud of him. He still get it in. And we having a good time with it. I'm just saying, Shannon. Mr. Sharpe, what is this, a joke? We know what time it is.
I'm just saying, Ocho,
hey, listen, what it is. Listen, you talk about you was here when you was well. We said ain't nothing wrong with your boy. You talk about your hips. Ain't nothing wrong with your hips.
I told you ain't nothing slow about but he walk. I can't move like I once could.
Yes, sir.
But the hips good. The hips solid. The doctor told me the last 50 years, they said them hips will still be good when you gone.
Yes, sir.
But it's tough, obviously, being in a situation like that, because that's something that
Hey, man. I think we understand what happened here, man. It makes perfect sense. We don't like things like that. If you ever heard of an artist named Buju Banton, one of his biggest songs is called Boom Bye Bye. Please go listen to it. Culturally speaking, heterosexual men really, really push back against any narratives regarding them being homosexual. We hate that. Those are fighting words to us. When Shannon heard it, a man from rural Georgia who grew up in a shack with his grandfather and his grandmother, right? With those type of principles, that accusation is one thing that he would be refused to be associated with. 100%. So we get it. The sex pill, the accusations. This is his time to shine. Instagram Live. Did it by accident. Said it wasn't a joke, wasn't a hack. His publicist put out that it was a hack. He made sure to retract that statement. So now we're here. Remember, I showed y'all. You have to unlock your phone first. Number one, go to Instagram. And if you don't have your iPhone organized, it could just be anywhere. You have to be intentionally clicking on that app. Number two, you get in the app. It opens up. Right? It'll open up to a page where you're just looking at your feed. you hit your face or, in the bottom right hand corner, it'll then go to your actual page where you can start to add content. Number 3, you hit the plus sign on the bottom of said page. It opens up. It starts on reel. You have post, story, reel, live. You have to deliberately hit live. Once you hit live, you then have to hit the live button again to actually go live. Too many steps to be a coincidence. Too many steps to be an accident. Great marketing though. Great rebuttal to gay accusations. What if I told you that an adult filmmaker has already contacted Shannon Sharpe for a deal? That publicity that you created, this stunt is paying off, man. I gotta applaud it. Just cut it out with all the I'm ashamed, I was disheartened. No. A man putting it down in the bedroom, he get love for that. Ain't nobody shaming him for that. He was doing something with a woman who consented. It was consensual. They enjoyed each other. Every single phone call he had was laughs and giggles, man. And people showing love just like you see Ocho doing. Right? We could probably agree that, it could be distasteful, right? That's adult content, even though you can't see anything. It's just sound on Instagram, which you probably want to refrain from, right? So all that's been removed. But good shit. Just it is what it is. I get it. You gotta play the game. But we know. We know, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.